and another episode of What's for Dinner. Tonight we're going to have pan-seared cube steaks for supper with seasoned potato wedges that I have baking in the oven, and I showed those in another video. I will be showing those in another video. Oh, and they smell so good. And they've got lemon and Mrs. Dash and sea salt, I'm sorry, Himalayan pink salt. Anyway, we're going to sear them in our cast iron skillet. I have about a tablespoon of oil in here, and I have it sitting over a medium-low heat. I don't want the oil to start smoking. But the cube steak, I think, is a really underappreciated cut of meat. It's really cheap. In fact, these 4 cube steaks were less than $5 because my cube steaks were on sale this week at my grocery store. Buy one package, get one free. So I got all 4 of these cube steaks for less than $5. And that's a meal for us. Now, the cube steak is round steak, which has been run through a cubing machine, which is basically tenderizes it. It runs, looks like a sawtooth blade, and there's several of them, and it runs it. You run it through the machine, and it does what's called cubing to them. Now, in earlier times, that was called Swissing, and that's where you get the term Swiss steak, and I go over that in my Swiss steak video. But I made my own type of seasoning salt here, because I'm trying, you can use Lowry seasoned salt if you like, but I'm trying to use the Himalayan pink salt instead of the land salt or the sea salt. And so I've made my own here, and this seasoning salt for this recipe has 2 teaspoons of Himalayan pink salt, a half a teaspoon of granulated sugar, a teaspoon each of onion powder and garlic powder, and 2 teaspoons of paprika. And you can use your choice of regular or smoked. And this is just regular Hungarian paprika. And I'm only seasoning one side. And what we're going to do now, I'm going to bring this over to the stove. I'm going to kind of press the seasoning into the meat here. I'm going to put these unseasoned side down. And there is a method to my madness. It's mostly because I want, the seasoning has sugar in it, that's going to burn. So I want the other side of the meat to cook first. I'm going to see if I can't move this just a skosh here. Normally I would not advise you to do this, but I want to fit all 4 of these pieces in here at once. I don't know how successful I'm going to be at that, but it is what it is, right? That'll do. Alright, now we're going to cook these on the one side for, I don't know, 4 or 5 minutes, maybe 3 or 4 minutes. And I'm just going to kind of sprinkle and distribute. I don't want to waste any of that good stuff. When it's time to flip these over, I'll come back and show you what they look like. Okay, it's time to turn. And remember, that's how you want it to look. We're turning it onto the seasoned side. And then what you can do now is, since we put a lot of seasoning on the other side, we can sprinkle this with a little more Himalayan sea salt if you like. On this side, I always say you should season both sides. And then some cracked black pepper, just like that. And that'll be good. Now, we're going to leave these for just a few minutes to cook on that side. And then we're going to come back and take these out, and we are going to saute up some onions, peppers, and mushrooms. So when it's time to do that, we'll be back. Okay, these are done. It didn't take but 3 minutes or so to finish them. And they're not going to be nice and brown on the other side. That's one of the reasons that I wanted you not to put the spice side down first, because all the seasoning kind of cooked into it while it was cooking. So you're going to put these like this, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these juices like this, and this pan is extremely heavy, so if you have a cast iron skillet and you have problems with arthritis or things like that, then please don't lift it by yourself. Have your husband do it, or one of your children, because huh? Well, I didn't want it to burn. So now what we have, I've got a little knob of butter. It's about 2 tablespoons or so. Let that melt down. And this cube steak tastes really good, because I just had Molly give it the taste test, and I did too. And I gotta tell you, it tastes delicious.
It's fair.
No fair. You weren't in the room. I could probably fix that though. You know? Now you just have to remember that when you're eating a cube steak, it's not going to be a sirloin steak, it's a cube steak.
Ah.
Yes, but is it delicious?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. See, this is a really nice alternative for a steak. Yeah.
OMG.
Mm-hmm. We're just going to finish cooking off these veggies. I have an 8-ounce container of cremini mushrooms that are sliced. I have 1 large Vidalia onion that I sliced and quartered, and I have the remnants of half of a large green pepper and the tops and bottoms of a yellow and an orange pepper that I had in the fridge. So we're going to use those up. We're going to saute these in that butter. This is going to take a few minutes. I'm probably going to season this up with some Himalayan salt, some pepper, and some Worcestershire sauce. When we come back, we're going to fix you a plate of poor man's cube steak, sauteed veggies, and potato wedges. And you will think that you're eating like a king, and so will your family, on a weeknight, on a work night, and they won't even know that you've hardly done any work to put this on the table. Okay, we're ready to fix you a plate. So let's get one of these steaks on here, just like that. And our mushrooms and peppers and onions. Yummy. And I threw some garlic in here too. I totally forgot before when I was with you and I was putting this together. And let's get some potato wedges. Now I have another video where I show how to do these. All right. I don't know about you, but I think that looks fantastic. Not bad for a quick beginning of the week, weeknight meal after a busy work day. That's cube steak, the underappreciated cut of meat. I hope you try this, and I hope you love it. And until next time, I'll see you.